I have tightened up the bee farm since last episode, and it is actually looking nice enough that I don't feel the need to bury it. It looks pretty good now. So I was able to, well, let me just hop down. So this chest has the honeycomb blocks. This one has the honeycomb, and just hop down right here, and those are the honey blocks. And everything is working out very well. I was able to move some stuff around a little bit. Let me just pop in here and I can show you what I did. I did all this off camera. I did it while watching my friend Zinc stream. So I figured this was going to take a while. You saw me do enough of this last episode. You didn't need to see me rework it. So the filter part I basically moved from here over one because it looked like it would fit up underneath there just fine. In fact, I possibly could have moved it over one more, but I don't know. And then I also tightened up the circuit on this, so I don't need the redstone to wrap around all sides of it as long as I use a target block to pull that redstone towards the block itself. So I was able to make that part of the circuit a little bit smaller as well. Also moving this over one from where it was. And what's going on? Oh, I was shrunk down. And I was able to, let's see, I moved the hopper from above that hopper from above to beside because it works the same way. It still fills it up just fine. And I put trapdoors around the water stream instead of big bulky glass blocks. Same with the side of this. I stuck this here and then finished that off to make it look pretty nice. Okay, there we go. So that is the bee farm from last episode, looking all kinds of nicer. All kinds of nicer, yeah. Okay, let me just patch this up. Good enough. Okay, great. Well, welcome back to my Longplay world. If you're new, this is just me playing Minecraft. This is a little bit less hype, a little bit more chill. You're just watching me play Minecraft for a couple hours, just hanging out. After I did the bee farm and I was still watching my friend stream, I decided to come over here and I cut down all the trees that were growing so that we could at least start working towards some kind of more of a formal tree farm. So I cut all those down, and while I was doing that, a wandering trader came by and sold me sulfur spikes. So I think I saw that if you were to make sulfur blocks and then hang the spikes from them, so I don't think they need water like those, but I think if you were to do a similar setup, that they actually grow. So I want to see if they'll do that. So if I don't find a sulfur cave anytime soon, maybe that will help me at least get access to some of the blocks. So we'll see. We'll see if that works. I looked it up on the wiki and I spent all of like 20 seconds reading it, and that was a few days ago, so who knows if I'm remembering anything that I read correctly. All right, so what do I want to do today? So last episode, you guys got to see a whole lot of me working out redstone. So today I wanted to kind of do something a little bit not as technical. And I was thinking I wanted to get back into this library. So this is the library. Again, if you're new to the series, I've been working on this library slowly, and it's been taking a while because I was trying to make it up really nice. And it just takes time to do a build like this, especially when you have no plan. But this is just kind of a nice place to store. These are all of the librarians who are giving me the most important books. This is pretty much a full set of the most important books that you need for all of your standard gear. Doesn't have any of the weird, weird isn't the right word. Weird isn't the right word. I didn't mean to call any of the odd different weapons that you use weird. They're not weird. They're perfectly legit. I just don't really use them much. I'm talking about stuff like the crossbows and the tridents and stuff. They all have their own special enchantment books. None of those are represented here. These are all the enchantments that I typically put on my standard gear. But this, I'm building this library to house these guys, and you know, I even have the bookshelves where I can, you know, if I can grab an empty book from here and then trade with him, and then put the enchanted book here, right? So it works out pretty well. So for the ceiling, I would like to put some chandeliers up here. We'll see if we get to that today. But the main thing I wanted to start doing was something with this front, at least get it to be a little bit less plain. I was thinking that the way I did this corner here, right here, in fact, let's see, it goes, all right, so after the shelf, we have a space with a window, and then it's like 3, and then 3, and then it's got one of these dividers. Let's see, 1, and then 3, and then 3. I think that'll fit up here. If not, we can always make this front wall different size. So we have one space, and then 1, 2, 3, 1, 2, 3. That works out perfectly. Oh, that works out perfect. Well, of course it does, because it's made to size. It's sized to match the ceiling, and it's the same ceiling design. All right. Okay, so I think I'll do that. I think I'll go ahead and wrap these corners. We'll get that done today. Still don't know yet what I'll do in this big center part here. We'll play that by ear. But I want to at least get those corners done. Maybe start getting some more of the decorations, like start getting rid of these torches and adding, you know, candles and things. Oh, to prepare for the possibility of that. If you remember early on in the season, I don't know, early on in this world, I'll just say in this world, we found a spider spawner here, and I made a simple little spider farm. It's automatic. You just sit here. And the spiders, let me pop into cheaty cam mode. The spiders spawn in here, and then they die on the lava blocks, magma blocks. I'm waiting for them to spawn so you can see it. Come on, spawn. Spawn? Come on. Okay, anyway, and then this cart rides back and forth and just picks those up, and it just drops one at a time. Oops, here we go. There they go. See? They spawn, they get in here, and then once they die, their strings get pushed into the center. And bloop, there we go. And then it gets picked up by that cart. And this cart, there's no special redstone mechanism to make sure it sits here until it's empty, but it goes back and forth so many times that it can dump one string at a time every time, and it keeps up with the farm. So I sat here and AFK'd for a while. And I've got quite a bit of string, so the reason why I wanted to point that out is that if we're making candles for decorations, which I plan to make a lot of candles, but yeah, I got a lot of string so I can do that because candles are relatively expensive. If I remember correctly, it's like literally like 1 string per candle. Excuse me. All right, so let's get started here. So I know I want to keep the same thing going. So I know I've got tons of these. I probably need to make more of those and then a couple of those just to kind of sprinkle in. But we'll start by just making it with all of these. Well, those are definitely because they're a row. All right, let me make those too. How many am I going to need? 3, 6, 12. I really only need 12 of them, so I don't need to make a ton. Do I have any more? Here's some bookshelves. I'm probably going to need scaffolding while I'm doing this. I already have some candles set out. That's nice. Okay. I'm going to have to craft some... Oh, that's right. I have a lighter in this world. I can jump. I can double jump off of things and not suffer the consequences. Boy, I really don't have much... Oh, I don't have much oak because it's all surrounding this area. That's why I don't have much oak. What do I have a lot of? Jungle. I have a lot of jungle. I have to remember the crafting recipe for the shelf that this one here. Okay, it's with slabs. All right, let's do this then. So we're gonna need 20. Okay, let's just do that. And then we're just going to make a bunch of them. 32 of them. It's okay if we have extras. I wonder how many, if there's any in here. Look, there was already 30 some in here. I should look. Okay, that's right. I knew we had more of these. And I'm going to need some of these books to stick in those guys. All right, I'm going to do my little sort. Do I have... Look at that. I got 32 looms. Look at it's like I'm prepared. It's like I've already done this a lot. I'm going to need oak stairs. And yeah, oak stairs. Do I have those here? I have some. That's probably enough. Like I said, I probably only really need 12. Okay, good. All right, let's start doing this. So this little middle part here is going to end up being a window, right, to match that, because we'll have enough space to do another window here. So that's what's going to go here. But we do have, we're going to have it like, right, so I'm matching what's going on there, okay? And then these, probably, yeah, because you can't see those. We're going to break these out. 1, 2, 3, 1, 2, 3. All right, and then we're going to go this high. All right. All right, okay. Oh, if you watched last episode, there was a little bit of continuing drama with the, drama is not really the right word. Is this really, okay, the side is 3. I guess the bottom, yeah, it's only 2 that are exposed. Because it's going to go 2, and then 2. Yeah, okay. Again, drama is not the right word, but there was a more craziness with the, what you call it, my brain has just stopped working. The mixer. I just placed that so I could do that, and then I broke it. Okay. The Sunbeam mixers that I was getting off of eBay. Apparently, out of all of the like professional like eBayers who do this, like they probably don't do it for a living. But they have like eBay stores with tons of stuff for sale. So these people do it enough. Between all of those people, now 5 have tried to ship me either an entire mixer or just the bowls. And have broken them. This is crazy. So when we talked last week, we were at 3 full mixers. All of them had something broken on it. All of them, no, 2 of them had the stand broken. 2 of them had the large bowl broken. Right, so I was able, no, all 3 of them had, no. Okay, yeah, one of the bowls was intact, but I did notice that the bowl itself was like a the rim was like chipped and stuff, but like through use, not through shipping problems. It was just chipped. The edges of it were chipped through use. So when that third one had come and it was broken, when I was like working with that guy to get a refund, I had already like ordered another one, right? So I already had another one on its way. And of course that last guy, wait a minute, I'm going too high up, aren't I? Nope, that's exactly, oh no, I want one there so I can place those blocks against it. Okay. Okay. See how I'm talking and not thinking about what I'm doing. 1, 2, 3. There we go. Okay, get these. Yes. Okay. So in other words, I had a 4th mixer bowl, a 4th mixer coming. Now that 3rd mixer was different from the other 2 because it had white bowls. They called it like milk glass or something, I think is technically what they called it. Or I guess people call it that, but I think the product just called it white. white and clear. But okay, this needs to be a temporary block so I can get this one in. Okay, there we go. Okay, so I had ordered another full mixer, right? But then also because like the guy that third one that came where the bowls broke, they were white bowls and I thought they looked really, really cool. And so I was like, and this guy, like he gave me like the partial refund to replace the bowls. And I don't know why, but I was just like, if this guy's giving me the money back for the bowls, anyway, let me see if I can get like replacement bowls. So I went and got an order that was just the white bowls. It was both the small one and the large one, although I would typically only need the large one. So I had both that, another full mixer, and then just the bowls, the white bowls coming. Okay. And I need 2 spruce. Well, let's do the spruce stairs after. Okay. Anyway, so the fourth mixer came, and this guy packed it hard. I mean, he went like hard on the packing. Like he did. It was a big long box. It was kind of not a big long box, but it was long enough. But it was there was a piece of wood, like a piece of like if the box was the size of two blocks, there was a wooden board that was cut that fit the entire bottom of that box. And then he basically like drilled holes in the board and then took each piece and wrapped them in like bubble wrap and stuff and then tie strapped them to the board. Like, this dude went all out. He was protecting the heck out of it. But he made the same mistake that third guy had made, was he attached the mixer to the stand and then had it upright in the box, tie strapped down. Like, dude, just take the mixer off the stand and wrap it as a separate piece. I don't know why these people aren't understanding that. And then so it arrived and the bowls survived perfectly fine and the mixer snapped off the stand just like the other one and was laying in the bottom of the box. So that was technically then the fourth one, right? And then, so of course I contacted him, gave him the pictures. He gave me a full refund. But at least the large bowl that he sent came intact. And that bowl was in like really good condition. So that makes up for the bowl, the other guy's bowl that was kind of chipped. So now I had a very good condition large bowl, and I had a mixer that worked. It was actually a slightly newer model, so it was in better condition than the other ones. So I was able to attach it to one of the other stands. So I'm like, okay, now I got a whole complete working thing, which is great. And then the replacement bowls came from the person who I bought just the bowls from. Just okay, a piece of styrofoam in the bottom of the box. The large glass bowl just set directly on top of a piece of styrofoam. And then she wrapped up the small bowl and put it inside the large bowl. And then just put like random pieces of like, I realized I just broke one thing I didn't need to break. Just like random pieces of like some heavy paper and some just random stuff. How did I do with S over here? Okay, I do have one. I have one coming across. Okay. And yeah, as soon as I picked up the box on my front porch, I could hear the glass in this thing. So that one was the white bowls, and of course the large bowl was in about 30 pieces. It was just shattered. It was just destroyed. So yeah, there we go. So all total, 5 sellers shipping heavy, fragile things. Not a single one of them arrived fully intact. And only just through sheer volume of items was I able to finally cobble together one complete working mixer. Oh boy, oh boy, oh boy. Funny. And honestly, it ultimately, because I got refunded for pretty much all of this stuff, I mean, it didn't really cost me much more than, you know, I mean, technically, well, no, because the guy who refunded me the bowls, yeah, because everyone else did a full refund. The one guy only did me a partial refund on the bowls, and I spent that money on the other bowls that broke, and then that lady gave me a partial refund because the small bowl survived. So all total, I probably spent just like the normal amount that I would have spent on one. So even though it was a lot of different auctions, it wasn't a lot of extra money. So in fact, it was no extra money really out of my pocket. So yeah, that's the drama. And now the drama's over because I have the one stand that survived. I have the one of the 2 bowls that survived was actually the one that was in really nice condition, no chips or anything. And I've got several working actual mixers. One of which is like the newer one, which is in better condition. Oh, and of the 4 full mixers, 2 of them had actually like bent beaters, which could probably be bent back, but I really now only have 2 sets of beaters out of all of them. Okay, so we have that little bit done. I need those. What is that? Is that Blackstone or Deep Slate? Those are okay. F3 would tell me, right? Isn't it over on the right where it tells you what block you're looking at? Oh no, it's on the left now. Deep Slate brick wall. Okay, Deep Slate brick wall. So we'll do those up to the ceiling, off of this block here. Let's see. Don't have any in these chests. Okay. Deep slate. There we go. I need deep slate brick walls. I don't need a ton of them, but I have a lot of deep slate, so we'll just do this, and I'm sure we'll use them eventually. There we go. Cool. Alright, and these go all the way to the ceiling. I'm not going to be able to do this without some help with some scaffolding. There we go. You get almost to the top by jumping. Okay, so that... Okay, so now I have to put books in the bottom of these. And then we just want to sprinkle in a couple, like like one of those. Yeah, we just want to sprinkle in a couple of these things. So we'll stick like something here, something here, something here. Okay, that should be fine. And then we'll go something here, something here, something here, something here. Okay, perfect. Ooh, can we do the wings? Wings lets you get through those one block openings. All right, and then we can stick, we'll say one of these here. Oh, those can't go on that level because of that reason. So this one will have to go, we'll do this one, that one there. And then we'll do one of these here and here. And then a chiseled here, chiseled here, chiseled there, and a chiseled there. And then just a couple random books, boop, boop, bump, bump, bump. Perfect. There we go. All right, so those sections are done. So now, if you look on the end, we have the 3x3s, right? Are those 3x3 or 2x2? Those are 3x3s. Okay, so those front walls will have them, and then we have terracotta, terracotta, large, terracotta, terracotta, large. But now that I kind of feel like now, and then nothing on the end. So I almost feel like this terracotta needs to move over one, and this one needs to move over one, and then this poster needs to go next to that poster, because now that's not going to be lining up the same. Is that okay though? I mean, that should be. I mean, that should be okay, right? They don't. Or. I like things to be symmetrical, and now they're not symmetrical. I could go like green poster blue, green poster blue. So the posters have two things in between them. I like that better. Green poster blue, green poster blue. Yeah, let's do that. Oh gosh, doing those is going to be fun. Oh, well, let's just do it. Let's just do it. I can sit here and agonize over it, or I can just do it. So let me get extras of those glazed terracottas, though, just in case I'm like dropping them, you know, because I'm sure I'm going to be placing them wrong, and then I'm going to have to replace them, which means I'll probably be dropping some. So now I got to remember green poster blue. Yeah, green's going to have to change too. Oh. And there we go. So if I place one down, that is wrong. So that one is actually that corner. Okay. Right, because the two whites are in that corner. So now when I was facing that way, that one was there. So if I face this way, that one goes there. Okay. Now for the other two, I think I have to get on the other side. Right? Oh, I'm not gonna be able to see it though. I'm not okay. So now if I get on the other side and I place one like that, how is that? That's gonna be that corner. So that corner is straight ahead. And then the other one has to come like this direction, right? Nope. 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 It probably has to come from this direction. Okay, okay. So that one I can put just in this direction. Okay. This one has to come from the back side. Okay. So I could probably just break through here and then just place it like this. Nice. Okay. That was easy. That was easier than I thought it would be. Oh, I could have jumped off. I could have flown off of that. All right. So now I'm going to have to break these out and then break this. Ah. I have these gaps. Okay, I did break the poster. So I'm going to have to, I need these blocks. So give me these blocks. There we go. Okay. And they're going to go here. And this is going to be, oh, I didn't look to see what poster that was. Well, shoot. It's not that one, it's not that one, and it's not that one. Oh, gosh. It's definitely not that one. Okay, do I put it here? Nope, that's the wrong size. I place it there? Okay. So this is the block. Okay, it was this one. Yep. Okay, great. What was that sound? None of those should be able to get into my base. Oh, they must be in caves up underneath me. I'm not worried about them. I'll have to get up under here and try to light it. You know what? Okay. Everyone who doesn't look like cheating, look away. Oh, okay. Yeah. See, that big ravine has these little bits up here. Whatever. I'm not worried about them. Okay. Let's see. So now I'm going to move the blue one over there. So I got to decide how to place the blues. So they got this weird little fan design. So that one is going to be, I should just do it over there. So this is the bottom corner. I need to put these guys, oops, that was the right block. Put these back. Okay, not sure why I didn't do them all the way to the end. There we go. So this one is that one. Okay. And then when I place it that way, it's facing up. So I think that means this one is that one. Yes, okay. So then if I place one that way, is that, nope, that's what I just did. So probably then this direction is one of the ones that I need. Oh, I got it right spot. So then that's probably the one that goes backwards. Dang, man. It's like I got this kind of figured out. Yo, my friend Millie Craft, which by the way, if you are not watching her channel, you should. She's awesome. She actually did a tutorial on how to lay these things down the correct way. And it was brilliant. And it was like, oh, man, this is like once you understand the pattern, this is easy. And then my brain just can't remember the... Oh, I'm in the squishies with the... Oh, how did I jump out of the squishies? All right, well, good. But yeah, I can't remember the actual pattern, so... So she did an awesome tutorial that I can't follow. Well, I can follow it, but then I can't commit it to memory because I don't do the glazed terracotta often enough. Okay, there we go. So let me get some of these blocks here. And this one was the, I didn't look again. Well, it's not that one or that one or that one. Okay, so this is the block, right? Nope, not that one. Nope. 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 Oh, it was this one. Yep, it was this one. Okay, so then the blue goes on this side. So we just did that one. So this one is here. That one is there. That one is there. Right? Ooh, they're kind of going that direction. Doop, doop. Yep, and then this one is the backwards one. Awesome. We only have to do this like 2 more times for each one. On the other side of the wall. On the other side of the building. There we go. All right. So now that feels better. And then up here, we're going to do a 3x3 that's hopefully not any of those designs. I need 2 more paintings. Let me get those. Okay, sorting them, doing the little auto sort sometimes helps my eyes find them easier because it's not as random. They got like things that are grouped up together. All right, let's see. Where would I have item frames? Oh, paintings would probably be in here if I had them. Let's just get enough to do some. We don't need a ton of them. Good, because we don't have a ton of wool. Oh, speaking of wool, I also... Okay, yeah, we only need 2 for now, but that works. I also bred up a few more sheep because I was thinking I could potentially work on a sheep farm in this episode. I mean, I wasn't sure exactly what I was going to do in this episode. So I also did that. I bred these guys up, so there should be more than 16 of them. So if we want to, we could start doing a sheep farm. So I did that as well off camera while I was watching my friend Zinc stream. All right. So this one's going to be a 3x3. So do you just do it right in the center one? Yeah. Well, hey, there you go. That one wasn't used yet. Right? Right. Okay, perfect. Good. Okay. So now we're going to do that here. Nope. Oh. Nice. I think this is a newer one. I don't think that one existed probably on the version that I started this world in. I think that's one of the new ones. It's newer, in one of the newer versions. It's kind of... Is his little tongue sticking out? I think he's a little tongue sticking out. He sure does. That's cool. Nice. Okay. So now this is I think okay, now here's a question. Do I go green, blue starting from the left and then therefore go green, blue, or do I make them match so it's like green, blue, green, blue, blue? They're going to match. So the green will be that one. And that green, because they were the same order before. They're gonna okay, yeah, okay. Yeah. But we know how to place them now, so this is gonna go a lot faster, right? All right, so green went, first one was there. First one was there, next one was like this. Nope. Next one was like this. And then this one was like that, and then that was the backwards one. Like that. Okay. Oh. Okay. And I could be doing this right here and not have to worry about that one space that I keep falling down in. Okay, now this is the lady with the pig painting. Okay, lady with the pig painting. Okay. All right, and that goes in this block, I believe. Pig painting? Nope. Nope. There it goes. Okay. And then this one is going to be blue. So for the blue, we went this one, then that one, then that one, and then backwards. Right? Yep, that looks right to me. Cool. All right, so then it goes green, blue, and then that poster moves here, then that blue moves over, and then that is done. Cool. Oh, you know, I have tons of these. I don't have to wait. Okay. This was Burning Skull, right? That was Burning Skull. There we go. And this one is blue. So that one is there, 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 and then backwards here. All right, that part is complete. So now that feels much more correct to me. Okay, that's done. That's done minus decor. Okay, so let's think about things, little things you can put on shelves. So again, I might just not do this at the moment. Let's do little decorations. Little decorations is the next thing we're doing. Little decorations. So let me get rid of all of this, all of that. Don't need any of it. I'm gonna keep this in my inventory. Don't really need the torches right now. Little decorations. So little things you can put. Of course, candles, right? You can put sea pickles as little decorations. I wonder if... So none of that sulfur is growing. But like that is a little thing that could technically be a decoration, right? And I was thinking the same thing for these guys as well. Right? Like you could put this on a shelf and it looks like a little thing. Right? It doesn't matter what it is. It's just a thing. A decorative thing. Let's see. Oh, I could get... crystals. I'd have to go silk touch them if we could. I'd have to find one of these. I don't know where they are. Okay, let's see. Other little decorative things. Pots are decorative things. We were gonna need to do we have clay balls? Oh, we got plenty of this stuff right here. Okay. Pots. There we go. Pots are little things. Of course, we can put flowers in them if we want as well to really mix things up a little bit there. Where was this? These bricks. Okay, that doesn't work for me. I need to figure out a better spot for those someday. Other little things. Other little things you can put on top of tables. I mean, technically brewing stand. But, nah. No, I don't want to turn it into a village. And, I mean, lightning rod, maybe. You could stick a lightning rod somewhere and that might look like a decorative thing. And rods could technically be little things. I mean, lanterns, of course. What else? And they would have to be things that you can actually place on like wood blocks and stuff. Like technically cactus flowers, right? You could place them on like anything. Okay, so maybe some cactus flowers. Those are little decorative things. I might have exhausted all of the little decorative things category. Except for, of course, sulfur spikes. And what was the other one? Crystals. Various size crystals. Amethyst crystals. Clusters. Amethyst clusters. There's end rods in 2 different chests. I need to where do you think we found an amethyst? I wouldn't have the slightest clue where to look for. I don't want to just go. You know, we could pause and look for a sulfur cave, since that is a new thing. It's a new thing, so therefore, to draw in all the audiences of people who are going to start a video 45 minutes into it, big demographic there. We should go find like the new thing, which is that. In the new thing from this version. Let's do that. Let's try to find a sulfur cave or a sulfur pool or just one of those things. It should be about time to sleep, right? That's what I was getting ready to do. Yes, sleep. Yeah, let's try to find one. Sorry if I just slurped that right in your ear. I don't know where they are. I don't know if there's like an easy way to find these things or not. Look at that. Look at the magic of the bundle. Of course, these I just have to not take them with me. I'll put them over here. I should start consolidating a little bit. I'll put all of those over here, and we'll take all of those and put them in here. There we go. All right, this is my little decoratives box. This is my building blocks, and this is whatever. Yeah, so if we pull up here on the map. Now, I did fly back from where we went last episode, right to here. We went to this, and then I flew like over here or something and said goodbye, and then when I flew home I kind of came straight. So I did unlock a few extra they're not all rendering here, but I did unlock some more things, but I don't remember if I saw anything sulfur. But I tell you what, let's go. We will go this way, kind of southeast, and we're gonna look to see if we can find a sulfur cave. Sure, why not? Let's just do it. I don't know anything about these things. I mean, a little bit. I know the water makes you nauseous. So don't want to really get in the water. And of course the cube guys, I understand a little bit about how they work. You put cubes inside them and they get different properties. But as far as the sulfur itself, like I don't know. I feel like I'm not. Is that rendering the right distance? I guess it is. I don't know, like, how to find them. Like, is there something that indicates, like, hey, there's gonna be a sulfur cave? You know, kind of like the lush caves. Like, if you find a azalea tree, right? You know, there's a lush cave underneath it. I don't know. Do the sulfur caves have something like that, or are the sulfur caves typically going to be exposed to the outside world? I don't really know. Okay, this is all already new territory. So these are all new chunks. So we could see sulfur caves. Oh my gosh! Look at this. As far as we flew last episode to find one of these, there's one right here. This is good though, because these things, I don't know if you can use, I don't know if they grow. I don't know much about these, but I do know that if you plant one of these trees, it does not come with this these vines on it. Oh my gosh, there was seriously one right here. All right. Okay, I mean, if we were to see a sulfur pool from above, I mean, I'm guessing it would be obvious, right? Is that what that is? What else would be like donut shaped in the world? Okay, what's that? It's kind of east and down a little bit, so it's like this. Let's go see what that is. Did we just find a sulfur donut? Oh, that's weird how, like, because of Voxy and stuff, those things are rendered weird. Hey, that's exactly what that is. It's a tiny little sulfur donut. That's cool. Now, does that mean that there's going to be more of this stuff down underneath it? So what causes the nausea? Is that just... Oh, gosh, that's right. Those things. Holy cow. Is it because this is a plains biome? If we hop in here, that's still plains. Okay, I'm going to hop out. I don't like the nausea thing. Please don't start wiggling my screen. There you go. Oh, it's such a weird sound. It almost sounds like a plant. Okay, that's a specific block, right? Oh, is it because of the magma? Is that what's causing it? Now, is this stuff like poisonous because it's surrounded by sulfur? So, like, if we put sulfur like this and put water in it, do I have a bucket? I should have my my utility chest, right? If we were to do this, does that make it nauseous water? No. What if there was one underneath it? Does that make it nauseous water? I'm trying to decide what is me, because it's obviously not the biome. Ah, it's underneath it. Yep, I can see the little green stomach. Little green stomach. Ugh, gross. Okay, so it's the one being underneath it, and then when that goes away, the water is clean. Okay. So, my voice is getting all excitable because I'm learning new stuff. I'm going to try to keep it smooth, keep it mellow. This is mellow Minecraft. Nah, okay, so this is kind of cool. This is, oh, that was a different block. It wasn't just, okay, so it's potent sulfur. Did it have to be also under the magma to make the thingy? Probably. So, if I were to break these, oh my gosh, how does it keep going down? Is this going to lead to a cave? And is that also going to keep this water nauseous? No, the nausea went away. Okay, now I really don't understand how the nausea thing works. Well, let's do this so we can start clearing out the source blocks there. I'm gonna see if this thing goes down into a cave like a what you call it. Okay, see, no nausea here. This is weird. Oh, is it because like, is it like a source block has to be like directly on top of a piece of sulfur? Is that what makes it nauseous? Oh. Let's try it. Let's try it. We're sciencing here. We are sciencing. I should have just kept the bucket in my hand. There we go. So if I put water there and square that off. Okay, now I really don't understand this stuff. It's completely surrounded. That's exactly what we did up there. Okay, guys, I officially do not understand what's making the water nauseous. I don't understand. That is something we look up some other day. So I'm going to get a bunch of this stuff while we're here. Might as well. Now, you probably can't craft it back in. I want these. The main reason is I want those things. Now, are there red versions of those? Does the red sulfur cinnabar give you the spikes? I'm guessing not, because it's not like, it's not red sulfur. It's a different material, right? Technically. Uh-oh. Looking like, oh no, man, it does kind of keep going down. Oh, maybe this does lead to a cave, much like, no, or it kind of ends here. Oh no, it's still going. It's still going. All right, this is feeling very much like how you find a lush cave underneath an azalea. Oh yeah. I feel like the granite being mixed in with is a thing, because I'm seeing a lot of that. And there was some up at the top as well. Okay, it's getting dark down here. Okay. I'm going extremely random. I understand that. There's like no order to what I'm doing. I'm just trying to see if this is going to go down into a cave. Oh, the red one has a slightly different, like, sound to it. Huh. Cool. Oh, this is cool. We're only at Y30. If this is leading to a cave, I wonder how deep it's going to be. So cinnabar, for like real life cinnabar, is that the material that they typically find mercury in? Is that why this is ringing a bell to me? Oh, there's the cave. Nice. Nice. Is that what cinnabar is? Is that like where they get mercury from? For some reason, I feel like it is. I feel like that might be what cinnabar is. I do remember I was on a cruise, and one of the actual bars, like where you would go and drink and listen to music and make merry, was called the Cinnabar, which I thought was a really cool name. Okay, it's looking like I'm only seeing yellow spikes, so I'm thinking that the Cinnabar does not have spikes. That was the cave. That was the cave. That was definitely worth the trip. My guess is if I were to dig through these walls, I would find more of the cave, but I'm not going to worry about it right now. I'm just curious. I just want to kind of, I'm just curious. I'm just going to make a couple poke holes here just to see if, like, you know, does this lead to a larger cave somewhere? Okay, so we're kind of at the end of it here. What about if we went this way? And it sounds kind of cool. Oh, look at, see, here's some more cave. We can get more of our yellow sulfur spikes. Oh, there's some of the green water. Okay, I'm kind of nonchalant as if I'm in an ancient city and there's not going to be any mobs. So that's probably bad. I should probably be worried about mobs. I see no red spikes. So yellow spikes are the only thing we're going to be able to use as far as these guys for decorations. Cool. Oh yeah, there's the little dudes. Now, do they give drops or do they just like become like that weird utility thing where you put them in the... You put blocks in them and push them around and stuff. Now this water right here... Okay, the green color isn't because it's nauseous, it's because it's in this biome, which is sulfur caves. Oh, nope, I don't want to be in that. I don't want to be in that. Okay. I was just trying to get a... Okay, there we go. Now, what is the deal with these guys? Like, can you breed them? Can you... Do they have drops? Do they drop anything? Oh, they split like normal slimes. Okay. I'm assuming they probably don't have drops. Or if they drop something, it's probably not unique. Okay. Alright, cool. Diamonds, diamonds. We like the diamonds. Oh, there I do hear a zombie. Okay. Oh boy. Where's the little one? That's the little one. I saw his face. Nice. Okay. I just want to get my diamond. Oh, look at that. Nice. Make sure there's not any more down here. Very good. Okay, well, let's go ahead and just scoop up some of this stuff. We kind of know where this was. We can always come back here and get more of this stuff when we need it. Cool. Good to know. All right. How do I get out of here? All right. Let's see. I don't know. Okay, I came in from up there. If I fly, I'm going to hurt myself, aren't I? All right. Let's be smart. Let's make a staircase. Okay. And where do we come in? Follow the torches. Up there. I'm just scooping up some more of this stuff while we're here, just in case I feel like I want to try using them as a decorative block. You never know. Okay, good enough for now. I don't want to spend my whole time here just mining blocks. I could always come here off camera one day and just mine up a bunch of blocks. Alright, so where was the way... How do we get in here? Oh, how do we get in here? I don't see it. Probably up there because I see the torches up there. Yep, that's where it is. Okay. Oops. Let's see. Deep slate. We don't need a ton of deep slate yet. There we go. Okay. I'm feeling too constrained here. Okay, there we go. Now, again, there's no clean way up because I just kind of came down in a very haphazard fashion. I do need to put down the bed and sleep because I see that it is the middle of the night upstairs. Okay. All right. Yeah, we're just going to work our way out of here. I'm not going to be too fancy about any of this. I just need to get out. Just so I can use some granite. Some building block. There we go. This does make my haphazard way of getting down here is definitely making getting out a more difficult challenge. Oh, sounds like it is now raining up there as well, because I can hear it in my headset. Speaking of rain, boy, it rained a lot today here where I live. Like, it was just thunderstorms ripping through all day long. I got off work about 5 o'clock, and it was, oh, I can thread the needle here, right? Woohoo! There we go. Oh, hey, there's a village right here. And right there. I probably don't really need anything from this village. Might as well take a look while we're here, though. Why not? Say hi to the locals. Steal some of their stuff. I'll take that. I have so many of those, I don't need to steal their bookshelves. Well, they're not using them. There's nothing I really need here. I mean, I guess I could maybe find a bundle, but the bundles are cheap to make now, so I don't need anything from here. Let's go ahead and find our way back home. Yeah, we're just straight north. Yep, just pretty much straight north. There we go. Oh, no, yeah, I was saying, like, it was, like, on and off storms. Where I live, you know, when you start hitting the summer like this, you get these, I call them pop-up storms. It almost seems like you'll have a string of days where, like, in the afternoons, you'll have these thunderstorms that'll pop up and they'll just dump water for, like, 15 minutes and then they'll go away. And everything just becomes all humid and steamy. But today was a little different. It was just on and off, on like all day long. But when I got off work at 5 o'clock, again, I work from home, so when I say get off work, I mean just like ended my work day. It was my neighborhood was so dark, like some really big storm clouds must have moved in. It was so dark that the streetlights were on. And I was like, wow. And then it was really thundering hard. And I was like, you know, I really want to record tonight. I sure hope I don't have power flickers. But luckily, by the time I made dinner and then sat down to start doing this, the bulk of the storms were gone. So it's actually brighter out there now at 7:20 p.m. than it was at 5 o'clock when I got off work. All right. Oh, cat names. Cat names. You guys were naming my cats, and there were some really awesome names. All right, we'll get them named today as well. Oh, almost forgot about them. All right, let's go ahead and, you know what? Dump chest. Dump chest. Just dump them. Blup, 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 blup. I'll sort them out later. I did want... like, I don't need 55 sulfur spikes, but I did want those. I'm going to throw those in there because they're special. All right, so let's do some small decorative bits. Now, I would like to have, you know, enough of these things that I can actually use them. So I'm going to need to craft more of these and more of these. I'll have to see if I have coral to actually grow some of those. And I'm going to need a lot of candles because I'm thinking, like, I want to replace these torches with enough light from candles to make them worthwhile, so we probably might have to craft some candles. I am going to need a flint and steel. A flint and steel. Give me that. Okay. Let's see. I'm gonna need to make more. Like if I use a lightning rod, I mean, what kind of a decoration is that? Really, sitting on a shelf? Do I make lightning rods? I mean, because they can be different colors, right? Sure, why not? Why not? If they look stupid, we just take them down. Okay, so I should have copper. All right, so we'll make about whatever that makes. Is it 3 each? They're kind of expensive, aren't they? Yeah, it's 3 each. We'll make some of those. If they start oxidizing, we could maybe wax them at different stages if we use them. Okay, I definitely want more lanterns, and we should have just tons of iron. Is iron still in here? Yeah. Oh, I automatically sorted this, but this had some of my special stuff in it. Okay. You know, I'm gonna put these in a different chest. This one. This one's gonna be my special stuff. This is my large fern and my tall grass and my damaged anvil that we found naturally spawned in a what you call it? Woodland mansion. Yeah. Okay, let's see. Sea pickles and these things. So these things require this stuff. And that requires torches as well. We have 4 torches on us. So let's make more torches. We might not have a ton of stuff to make torches. Here we go. We'll just take half a stack. Oh, that's a lot of torches. Okay, I didn't need that many torches. Okay. Let's do this. We'll make... That's more than enough of those. Holy cow. Yeah, that's a lot of torches. Let's put some of those torches away. There we go. Let's see. Let's put the nuggets away. Now, let's see if we can grow sea pickles. So... The sea pickles themselves would probably be in here, even though I know that they're technically not plants. They're supposed to mimic like sea cucumber type of animals. But I usually put them with the plants. I'm thinking this is my only sea pickle. Do I have coral? Do I have coral? Calcite. Oh, we need to find one of these things too. If I had coral, I feel like it would be in here because it's a kind of this. That's like my random blocks. This is all nether. All right, let's just see if I have them in anything that is. No, that's not very relaxing, is it? I guess I don't have coral. Did I consider that like an animal? I mean, I don't have coral. That's probably why I only have 1 sea pickle. I must have purchased this from a wandering trader early on and never got the stuff I needed to make more. So, have we found a coral sea? I've been over some of these, like, warm oceans. I don't see one. How much you want to bet I haven't found coral yet in this world? No, that's what that is. That's coral. Okay. So that is east. I wonder, we had a nether portal that was... Now this hasn't grown at all. I wonder if that's actually a thing. I haven't really been in these chunks much though. I might be wrong about the sulfur things growing, or maybe they do and they're just really, really slow. So was that other portal? Yeah, see that portal is to the east, so this might get us closer to that coral ocean, and then we can go get some coral and more sea pickles. Dead corals could be used as decorative blocks. I mean, you'd put not very many. They almost would just look like gray plants. Okay, so now that puts us That puts us almost on top of these coral reefs. They're right here, right to the north. They're just directly north. Perfect. Look at that. Woohoo! And I can see them already. Oof. Look at that sky. That's like thunderstorms, isn't it? Hey, have we been in that temple? Whoa! Creeper, creep, creep, creep. It is dark enough to spawn the bad guys. Okay, let's just let's get down here and sleep with the fishes. Is that a skeleton shooting at me in the water? You should know that's not a very good strategy. Oh, he's protected from the sun. Do these fly better in water now than they used to? It used to be as soon as they hit water, they would just go straight down. Let me try this. Okay, yeah, they don't go very far. Okay. That's not much different than it was. I wonder if we've been in that. If not, I might run home and grab a brush while we're here. Oh, look at all the creepers. Holy cow, guys. Get my bubbles. Alright, let's see if we've been in. We probably haven't, because I think I only came out here. Was this portal just to come out here to mine terracotta? Because this... I bet this portal was just to mine terracotta, wasn't it? Yeah, I bet it was. You know what I also need? I could technically use... these things could be... I don't know if they can be placed on anything. They might only be able to be placed on certain blocks. But some of these are small things that could potentially be used. If nothing else, these dry bushes could be put in flower pots. Okay, I don't need a ton of them. I just wanted to grab a few. Hey, look, we have a brush. I'm going to pull it out right now and assume we haven't been in here yet. I came here for coral, but I really want to check this out. I like these. I like the archaeology feature. It's fun. Yay, this one is untouched. You know, we're gonna pause here on our quest for coral, and we're gonna do some archaeology. Let me get down here and get this stuff first, though. Okay. I get paranoid with these, so that when we first started, like, this was early on playing the game, we were in one of these, and my brother came down here, and he broke the stone plate, but then the this stuff ignited and exploded, and he died. And he didn't understand why, and none of us understood why. I kind of feel like I want to, oh, yeah, we'll do, okay. I can't fit any of this stuff. We got tons of string now. And bones. We don't really need any of this. I'll get the gold horse armor, I suppose. We will... We don't need multi-shot, do we? Oh, diamonds. Hey, I'll definitely take the diamonds. Let's get the diamonds in here. Let's get some of these other little things we just picked up in here. I don't know why I brought all my stuff with me, because I didn't know. Okay, what's in here? Oh, armor trim. Very nice. I'll take the copper horse armor if we don't have any yet. And I don't need a ton of copper. Oh, sure, I'll grab another one. I mean, I'm farming all of these things now. I don't need any of that stuff right now. Okay, cool. Let me just grab some of these so I can use these as blocks to get out. Nice. Okay, excellent. All right, now we're going to do ourselves a little archaeology. All right. There's a way I like to do these, and that's to go layer by layer, because to me, it's organized. I like organized, and it's safe. I'm a big fan of safe. I'm going to clear this out so I can kind of see the edges of it, and I'm knowing where I can go. Okay, let's start archaeologying. I'm going to stick those in there as well. I'm going to get rid of some of these random blocks. Okay, you know what? I'm sitting here stressing out. Don't we have a shulkers? Here we go. There we go. Problem solved. Boom. Shulkers. Okay, let's do some archaeology. So I look at the top layer. Is there anything? There's one. Come on, something. Gunpowder. Anything good? Okay, and then once I know that this layer is done, I can kind of trim off this top layer. Right, and I'm kind of careful not to make sure I'm not like pointing down to hit this next layer down. Okay, here we go. And then I can start breaking some of these to expose it. There we go. That exposes everything. This is a little stairwell part here, over here. There we go. And then we do the next layer. Nothing. No, nothing suspicious on this layer. You stinkers. Okay, and then I'm going to bust out this layer of blocks. I go all the way to the edge because I know there's somewhere there's one that sits inside the wall. I want to expose that. Okay. All right. Now we got one here. TNT. Don't really need that. Okay. What we got here? More gunpowder. Okay. So far, not so good. Hey, a sherd. There we go. I like the sherds. Ooh, this one with the diamond on it. Oh, is that the first sherd I found? Nice. Okay, any more suspicious sand on this layer? No. Okay. All right, there's one on this layer here. That is, it looks like an emerald. All right, something good, something unique, like a sherd. There we go. Cool. Which one is this? This is the one with the skeleton face. Awesome. All right, skeleton face. Skull? There's a word for that. It's called skull. Okay, that finishes, and this is the last layer. Okay. Well, we got two sherds. Very nice. I'm happy with that. I mean, for as few blocks as you get in these temples, that was pretty good. Nice. All right, let's get out of here. Awesome. Very cool. Let's just pack in as much as we can. All right, let's see. We don't need this. We want everything else. Yep, we're good. Okay, let's put our brush back away. All right. Being organized takes time. Okay, let's see. Perfect. Boop, there we go. And we toss those, and look, it's like we didn't... Oh, there we go. Sandstone. Okay, here we go. Coral. That's what we're here for. These guys, we also want plenty. Now, we don't need a ton of these. We don't need to sit here and get a bunch of those. I will, though, get this type of stuff. I'm going to get a few. Again, we can use some of these, maybe. I'm going to get the ones that aren't the fans. I'm going to get those, because these might be better as decorative things. Okay, where did that go? There it is. Because even if that turns gray, it might be a cool decorative block. These types of things, like that one and that one and that one. And that one. That one and that one. Oh, Nautilus. Okay. And to make this easier, I do turn on hitboxes when I do this, because the way they float on top of the water, it's hard to see them. Alright, I do need to sleep. I do need to sleep. And I am going to get some of the coral blocks. I know I can come back and get more. I just need some so that I can breed more sea pickles. Because right now I'd rather leave them here because they are providing light down here. So if I come back to harvest stuff, I have some light. Instead, I'm just going to take coral blocks with me back home so that I can breed more. We'll do pink. I can get a couple of fans for now. Just because I'm tearing these blocks down anyway. There we go. Oh, gotta breathe, gotta breathe, gotta breathe. There we go. Alright, very nice. Okay, let's there it goes. Okay, it's so hard to take off out of the water. Alright, so we will go back home. And then we are going to grow ourselves some more sea pickles. And I don't... which one is home? Is this one home? Yeah, because that's got the ladder down. Okay, this one's home. I really need to make these portals more, like, obvious what they are. The ones that we found last episode I added to our wall of pearls here, just so you guys know. I did that when I got back. So now this stuff, right, if we plant this coral, okay, so I'm going to need an actual coral box. So let's go ahead and get an item frame, and we'll just stick it right. Coral's a weird block. It's more of like a... we'll stick it right here. We can move it around later if we want. Let's just go, boom. You know what? Instead, I'm going to do a, one of those. I'll do one that looks more branchy like that. There we go. So this is our coral. We're going to need 9 of these to make our farm, and we're going to need some sea pickles. Okay. And let's see, sandstone, oops, goes there. And of course we have this shulker box full of stuff, which we do need the stuff that we originally had on us. Okay. And the rest of that we can sort later. So if we want to make a coral farm, we're going to do a quick and dirty one. We can do something a little bit more permanent some other time. But to make quick and dirty, we're going to need 2 buckets of water, so we can make infinite water. So we grab those. Oh yeah, I had to wall off the rest of this because when I was waiting for the string to spawn, it was nighttime, and then drowns were coming up out of here and walking up here, and I didn't want them to get into the library, so I just walled everything off. So for right now, we'll do a quick and dirty sea pickle farm right here. There we go. Excellent. And now I'm going to... Oh, hold on a second. Let me put this layer back. Okay, so you need a layer there to make your initial layer of water. Right? And now I can break these out. And now when I place the coral, they're hydrated and they won't die. There we go. And then we're going to put 1 sea pickle in the middle. And then we're going to go get some bone meal and we're going to make tons more. Let's see. Dump, dump, dump. Okay. Boop, boop. And bone meal should be over here. Yeah, we got tons of bone meal. There we go. And then we just go blip, blip, blip. There we go. Look how quickly you can get more of these things. See, this is a lot easier than trying to mine up a bunch of them underwater. There we go. That was plenty. We'll stick 1 back in the middle. Look at that. We got like over a stack of sea pickles now. We're not going to need that many. And, you know, I will put the sea pickles in with the coral because they're more related to coral than they are plants or animals. Okay. Cool. Where's our other... Oh, there it is. See, I thought we got 2 of those. Let me see if we've gotten... Oh, hey, that is a new one. Cool. That's one we hadn't had yet. Very nice. And this is our first... I'm gonna make these into pots real quick. Where was our bricks? There they are. So if we do this, we're gonna make 1 with the skull and 1 with the prize. Very cool. All right. Now, let's go decorate our library. And it is time for my mid-episode break. So I am going to go stretch my legs. And I'll be back with you, well, for you it'll be 1 second. All right, legs have been stretched. And I am feeling okay. Let's see. I want to start putting down some decorations. So let's start with candles. Again, we're going to need a lot of candles. So let me go ahead and grab up, we'll say, 2 stacks of this. Do I still have this flint and steel? Yes, I do. Okay, good. And we'll go grab 2 stacks of strings. That horse, I guess his head was going up and down behind that panda. That looked really strange when I was flying over. Okay. 2 stacks of this string. And that should make plenty of... Yeah. There we go. Okay, cool. Plenty of candles because we're gonna put lots of them around on the guys' desks. Okay. Let's do this. Let's do this. And for now, I'm just going with the standard color candles. That should give plenty of illumination, right? Oh yeah. So torch is underneath the torch is 14, underneath these is 12. Okay, so that's almost torch level, not quite. Nice. They're all going to look exactly the same, aren't they? So some of these can be 3. That'll at least look a little different. Oh, they'll look fine. I don't know why I'm going to nitpick it. Let's just do it. We'll say this is standard issue librarian gear as a set of 4 candles that sit on your left. Because all of these guys are right-handed, so their right arm sticks out to right. And that's why the candles are on the left. That's how we're going to justify it. Okay, let's see. Let's keep going with these guys. Boop-a-doop, boop-a-doop, and boop-a-doop. I could make some different color ones, and they could be sitting on shelves and just like not lit. They don't have to be lit, you know. They could just be like just random different colored things sitting on the shelf. So we could go ahead and dye up some of these things and use these as more little decorative bits that we can put on shelves and things. Yeah, this is why I made so many. I guess I didn't need as many as I made, but I knew I'd go through a lot of them with these guys. Alright, let's see. Okay, so we got our light back. Those look so much better than torches, don't they? They really do. Very nice. Okay, now we have all kinds of little bits. Okay, these things, we could kind of put these almost more like for right now. For right now, they're going to be in a little bit of a special place at the front of the library. Those are our first 2 sherds. Very cool. I don't really... Well, I'll keep that for now. Okay, so our decorative things. Okay, plenty of candles and some of these flowers. Oh, you know what? We got some of those other little things, but I'm guessing that these are probably only going to be placed on certain blocks, right? Like this, yeah, that can't be placed there. Neither can that. Neither can that. Okay, so these aren't really going to be able to be used as decorative bits. These are just decorative plants, but not generic decoratives. Okay. Okay, stop sorting. We're going to sort off camera. All right, and were there any left in there? Okay, so for example, right, like this guy could have a flower pot, right? And this guy could have a sea pickle. And this guy has a paperweight. Ooh, that's big, isn't it? It's kind of cool. It kind of looks like maybe it's like some kind of weird little statuette or something, you know? Alright, this guy's got one of these things. I mean, everyone doesn't need something on their desk. Sure they do. Everyone wants to personalize their workspace, right? Why not? Why not? So we're going to stick a pot here, and a pot, and a pot, and a pot. And we're going to go pickle, 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 pickle. And we'll do, oh, this guy's got a flower. He's feeling fancy and schmancy. He's the only one with a flower. Only one. Let's see. This guy, he likes that big yellow paperweight that the other guy had. So does he. Okay. Let's see. You got one of these? Nope, your neighbor has one. That just looks weird. You have one here. Okay. And, that looks silly. Let's see. This would probably look just as silly, wouldn't it? I mean, yeah, and it's a thing you can't really, well, I'm not sure I'm loving those. I mean, we've kind of run the gamut of things. Let me go ahead and dye some of these candles different colors so they could be something. All right, well, we already have green dye, so let's just go. We got like orange, a magenta. We'll do a couple of greens. Let's do like some reds and some yellows. Sure, we don't have to go crazy with it. Okay, so then we go boom, 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 bloop, bloop. There we go. There's all of our dyed candles. Cool. So we can sprinkle some of these around just as, again, not as candles, just as a different type of decorative thing. Like this guy's got one purple bottle of something on his desk. It's like an energy drink or something. And this guy has a yellow one. There we go. Everyone's got something at their desk. Some of these guys could have something in their pot. So let's go get somethings for their pots. Maybe one of them got a dandelion. Maybe one of them has will a wither rose fit in the pot? Maybe one of them, will a lily of the valley fit in the pot? That might be cool. Something with color though would be nice. Someone could have these things usually look nice in the pots. Oh, these things definitely. Now that's more of something that's going to be on the shelf though. Okay, we got a couple things for pots. Let's see. And every flower pot doesn't have to have a flower. It could be like a cup, right? That could be representing a cup. Oh no, that just looks cute, doesn't it? All right. You got a dandelion. You got a birch tree. I tell you what, you know what? You have just a cup. This guy has the birch tree and that guy has a cup. There we go. Perfect. Very nice. Excellent. Already just looking down, things look nicer, right? Your eye is catching all these little colored bits, and it just looks a little bit less plain. Just a little bit less plain. And yeah, that looks awesome. That looks incredible. So now we need to put decorative bits all up on the top shelf, the top shelves. I guess we just kind of start throwing them all around the place. Okay, we don't go too crazy with it though. We go too crazy and it just starts looking silly. So let's you know what? Now that we have stuff for the big shelves, we can get stuff like these. These look really nice in flower pots, by the way. Is it these look really good in flower pots, surprisingly, the oak saplings. These I think look pretty decent in flower pots. Let's see. Grab cactus for a flower pot. These have to be planted in dirt, but they do look really nice. We'll get one of these for flower pots. A mushroom. Sure, a funny colored mushroom. Yeah, there we go. Okay, now we got stuff for the flower pots. Alright, so now I'm curious if I could do something like, oh, you could put like a big thing. Look at that. That might look weird right there blocking the poster, but like on this bit of plain wall, that might look kind of cool actually. Like an actual, you know what we're going to do? We're going to put that here. Oh, no. There, like that. I wonder what that looks like. Does that look silly? No, that looks awesome. That's like a big thing. You know, like the thing. And it's big. That's pretty cool. I kind of like the idea of something. Oh, the red though. That already has red in it, doesn't it? Let's put there goes a very loud truck. You guys are probably hearing that. Boom, I like that. That's nice. That's cool. Up here we're gonna put another flower pot, say here, and we'll do a cactus in that one, and then we're gonna do some candles. Yeah. The thing with decorating, it takes time, and you just have to go around and place these random little things. It's time consuming, but it's nice. It's nice. Oops, I had the. There we go. Yeah, and we're not gonna overdo it. We're not gonna overdo it. Like we don't need any on that one, right? Yeah. Okay. Cool. Let's see. We'll do a flower pot here. And let's see what the dark oak. Yeah, that looks nice. I like that. And we're actually going to put lantern. Oh, we should do some lanterns up here, shouldn't we? Yeah. That's a good question, you know? What is the what do things look like over here? Oh, it is bright enough. Oh, because we got light coming from up here. Uh-oh, not if I knock the torches down. Oh. I need to be careful with that. Alright. Okay. We'll throw a lantern there. And one here. Let's make sure that there's a few of those scattered around. This one's going to have a cactus flower sitting here. And it's going to have 2 red candles there. These will actually be candles. They'll be lit. Why not? You know what? Why don't we go ahead and light the candles over here too? There we go. Let's see. we're gonna get another, well, just a little sulfur spike. Except, let's see if we can get one of those there. Okay. And we'll do a, can I get around this one? Oh, I knew I was going to fall down one of those eventually. All right. Let's see. We'll put a lightning rod here. And an orange candle there. I'm using up all the colored candles. Yeah, see? I mean, it doesn't look overdone, but it definitely puts a lot of things up on those shelves. I like it. That looks fine. It doesn't need to be anything more than that. We're not trying to make it look like an old TGI Fridays with a with just random junk everywhere on every shelf. We're just trying to make it look nice. Okay, we're going to do some more. I kind of like the sulfur things, but I kind of like them in these spots where there's it's more plain, especially with the 2 sulfur spikes, the 2 highs. So let's do, but I don't want them to feel like they're in every one of these corners. Let's just do one here. And we're actually going to have a cactus flower down here on this one. Let's see, we are going to need a couple lanterns. So this one can have a lantern there. Here. 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 There. Those will be lanterns, okay. I also have to kind of keep in mind that some of these things are colorful and stick out, and some of them kind of aren't as colorful and blend in. So I'm trying to kind of mix those up as well. All right, so we'll do this. And I get that there's already candles there, but I don't care. That's just sometimes you group things up. Let's see. Okay, some pots. Ooh. Okay. There is no right or wrong way to do this. You can kind of, if you're decorating things up, you just do whatever feels right to you. Just do it. It's gonna look great. See, look at that cute little mushroom. I love it. I love the little mushroom. That looks really cool. I want to do another one of those. In fact, I think one of these guys wants a mushroom because they're kind of cool looking. Who wants a mushroom? You don't want your dandelion. Dandelions are weeds. You want a mushroom. Do I have any of the red mushrooms? I don't think I saw any of the red mushrooms. It's possible I haven't found that biome yet. I don't mean this red mushroom. I mean the red nether mushroom. Yeah, no, I don't have them yet. All right, fair enough. Okay, let's get up here. And we're going to do a cactus flower. And we're going to do an oak. See, the oak saplings look really nice in the flower pots, I think. It really, like, it's not like one solid color or anything, and it looks kind of bushy. The oak saplings look really good there. Okay, I want to finish this up soon, so I don't have to spend too much time doing it. Let's see, we'll do a dead bush. See, that looks better in a place where you can kind of make it like the base for a larger plant. You know, like a leaf block on top of it or something. Those look really nice. Can you put these in the flower pots? No, you can't. Let's do. Well, let's just not have a flower pot there. We can do some sea pickles. We can do like a handful of sea pickles. Yeah. Cool. I don't want those candles there. This one can have a flower pot with a dandelion in it. And one of those. And over here we've got these green this cluster of green candles, but they're not lit. They're not candles. They're something else. And we're gonna do another cactus flower right there. The end rods just look weird. We're gonna do a dripstone there, and we're gonna do a flower pot with a cherry sapling. How does that look? Beautiful, fantastic. I love it. Look at how much just that little bit of decoration adds to this room. Look at how much just little tiny pops of color all over the place. That really adds a lot. I love it. Now I do feel like some of these bottom shelves need something on them, but I don't want to get too crazy with this. I don't want to get too crazy. So let's just kind of do a couple things here and there. Okay. Sure. A couple of these things too. We got 3 more bushes that we can put down, so we'll put the plant, those will go like in the, do we put those in the windowsills like this? Like the plants are over here getting some light. I like that. I like that. So let's do another one up here. We'll do the pick one there, and then we'll do this other green one back here. Back here. That's pretty cool. I like that. Need to sleep already. Holy cow. I'm sleeping a lot. That means like, 10 minutes going by very quickly because I'm doing this. Okay, so now let's go ahead and start doing some like candle clusters on these things. Okay. And just a couple more things. We'll do a few sea pickles around here. We'll kind of stick some of those here. Put some of those in that window. This back wall here. One there. One there. There. 3, 2. Okay, there we go. And we got one cactus flower where, if I look, there's not a lot of pink. Because this is really bright in this back corner. Boom. We're good. We don't need anything else. These shelves have plenty of stuff. Some of these candles will get lit, but all of them will not. Okay. There we go. Beautiful. It's a lot. It's a lot. It's a lot of little things, but that's okay. It makes it look more lively. There's more stuff going on. There's just more. Yeah, just more. It's just more. All right, let's see. Let's put all the small decorative things in here. We'll put the flint and steel in there with it. Okay. So, do I want to... Do I want to say that that's good enough for the library for today? We can do the chandeliers next time. We can do this front wall. Yeah. Let's just say that's good for the library for today. I think that was an accomplishment. We got this front bit started. We got some of that stuff figured out. I like it. Perfect. Okay. Let's move on to something different. Sheep. Tree farm? Tree farms. No. Trying to decide what I want to do for this next stretch here. If I start the sheep farms, that's a whole big ordeal. That's like a big build. I don't really... Let's take a look at the... Oops, wrong button. This one. If we were to start putting up some informal tree farms, I say informal. What we had was really informal. It was just random trees. This would be something more organized, but not necessarily end game, like permanent tree farm. Where could we do tree farm? I'm not liking anywhere. I'm not liking any of this for tree farms. What we could do, we could start doing tree farms over here. This is kind of where our access to our mining caves is. Our manor house is going to go up here, so I don't want the tree farm. Well, I don't know. I don't know where the tree farms could go. Because if you think about how many different types of trees we have, these tree farms could take up a lot of space. Right? 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9 types of trees. That's a lot of space. So I think tree farms are going to have to be something even that takes us... that's going to be a bigger ordeal. Huh. You know what we could do? We could take our brush. We could get some enchantment on it, and we can go see if we can find ourselves some underwater ruins and maybe get ourselves some sniffers and stuff. That sounds like fun. So this is going to need unbreaking and mending. Oh, I need emeralds. Emeralds. Where are you? Emeralds. I'm going to have to put like chests or something in here that I can put emeralds in. You'll have to remind me. I need to work in some emeralds. Some storage into this place where I can store emeralds. Let's go ahead and combine this stuff up and enchant this brush. 3 that way, should be 2 this way. Yep, boom. Boom, and we're going to call this Oda's Brush, of course. Oda's Brush. See, that's how we name our things. This was I started doing that on SMPs so that when your stuff got mixed with other people's stuff, they would know what was mine. And I've just stuck with it. Why do I have an extra book in my thing? Did I take a book out of one of these when I didn't need to? Okay. Yeah, let's go back. Let's go back over where we got the coral. And we're going to scope out for some... See, this sulfur hasn't grown yet. I don't know if that's really a thing or not. I thought it was, but then again, these aren't really growing either. They just take that long. I'm determined to see if that's a thing. I think it is, that they grow. Okay, that was off to the east, right? That was this way? Yeah, that was this one. I want to find sniffer eggs, and I want to find more pottery sherds. That's my goal. All right. So, first thing we can do is a quick aerial view to see if anything sticks out. They're a little harder to find. They kind of blend in. You can see them sometimes because like when it's night, the map goes dark as well, and then you can see like the lit up spots, like because they'll often have like a single undersea sea lamp. The lamps that come in the sea, the ocean monuments, those things. Okay, I'm not seeing one that way, so let's stop being cheaty mappy. Okay, let's just look for some warm ocean ruins. Hold on a second, which way was this? Is the way I want to go. We'll go this way. Sometimes, hey, did I explore this thing yet? I mean, that's not why we're here, but hey, you know. Because I'm pretty sure I came over here only to, yeah, oh, more of these things. Copper nautilus shell. Armor. Where is the other ones on this side? Hold on a second, I need to get up. Okay, here we go. Should be up in here. Buried treasure. Ooh, I think the rain is back here because something just got very loud outside. I'll take the emeralds. I'll take the lapis. I don't need the iron. I've got a farm. Okay, these get less interesting whenever you can farm a lot of that stuff. What is this? This is south and west a little bit, so like that way. Okay, let's see if we can see an ocean ruin on our way over here. Well, we didn't go very far, did we? All right, where are we at? Right about here. It's almost nighttime. Of course it is. I'm getting ready to do something. Of course it's nighttime. There we go. Hey, turtles. Ooh, you know. Oh, yeah, it is definitely raining outside. That is absolutely what I'm hearing. Well, hopefully my power doesn't glitch. Of course, it almost wouldn't matter. You guys would just there'd be a weird edit, and I would tell you that my power glitched. You know what I need? I'm gonna need this. And there's a reason why. Because I want to find some seagrass and get ourselves some turtley eggs. Turtley eggs can be put on shelves too, as long as they're not somewhere where you're going to be jumping around. Wow, it's really coming down out there. Holy cow. Okay, there's more than enough seagrass. There weren't that many turtles up here. Where were all the turtles? Okay, let's get that there and that there and that. Oops, wrong thing. This thing. Keep those in there. Okay, we go. Okay, turtles. You and you and you and you. Alright. Lay some eggs. I won't watch, y'all. Ooh, this one's already laying. No, get back down there. So you can, oh, yeah, that one is too. Oh, you need to get back down there. Stop hopping up. Here you go. I'll help you out. There you go. On, you were doing your thing over here. Is this guy in your way? I thought it was this block that you were doing that on. Whoa, that was going crazy. Alright, kick up all the sand. Oh, there we go. 4. Nice. I mean, you got 1? No, that's a block. You didn't have any. Dude. Dude, lay your eggs. You're obviously trying to. I'll leave you alone. You want some peace. Fun fact, I watched a turtle lay eggs when I was a kid. So, okay, hold on a second. I'll start the story once I'm done trying to get this stupid thing because I need to concentrate on how to do this. Okay. I don't feel like trying to be completely accurate with this. I'm going to miss. Let's see. There it is. Okay, good. What do we got? Hey, we got another one of those to add to our wall. We've got, I'll take the gold. I'll take this. I really don't need any of that. I will take this potion of water breathing just because it might help us with what we're trying to do. I'm going to get rid of this. Okay. And we'll get rid of these. And we'll stick these and these and these in our bundle. Get rid of that. Okay. Now, did you ever find a spot to lay your eggs? You bum. You bum. I wasted my seagrass on you. All right. So, when I was a kid growing up, we rode our bikes all around. So if you think about like movies of kids from the 80s, like E.T. and Goonies and all of those, all the neighborhood kids like rode their bikes everywhere as like groups of friends doing stuff, right? That was exactly 100% the way it really was. At least in my neighborhood. Hey, is there already one right here? Oh, that was quick. Might just be this. Oh, there's 2 buildings. Okay. Oh, it's one of those guys. Okay, hold on. Let me get my... Okay, shield. Okay. We gotta take this guy out first. Okay. Oh. Knockback's probably not really good fighting this guy. Oh, hey, there we go. He did not drop his weapon, did he? Hey, baby. Okay. So as I was saying, that's exactly how it was. At least growing up in my neighborhood, that's how it was. We literally would ride our bikes everywhere. I mean, we all lived, like I lived on a cul-de-sac at the bottom of a hill. We didn't go very far, but we were always out riding our bikes. Okay, now, there was also a lot of like woods around us, right? So like, we had like our street, but then there were tons and tons of woods. Right? So... Oh, that is some loud thunder. I could possibly lose my power. I still hear someone gurgling. Okay. So there was lots of woods. And there were trails in the woods, like whether it was people walking or riding bikes, which is what we did, or riding dirt bikes. There were very, very obvious, like, paths in the woods, right? So we would ride our bikes in the woods as well as on the streets, right? That's just something that we did. And, I mean, we would play all kinds of games in the woods. We would play, well, we called it playing guns, but you'd run around with, like, toy guns and as teams, and you bang, I shot you, and you know, all that stuff. Anyway, I'm getting off topic. Point is, I don't need any of this. Why am I here? I'll take these. I'll take the gold. Hey, a gold thingy. I'll take the lapis. Okay. Where was I going with this? Watching a turtle lay eggs. Yes. Okay. So. Oh, there's another building right here. You know what I should have grabbed? Let me grab some sea pickles. And there's a reason why I'm going to do this. So I can have light down there. Okay. Can you? Yeah, because you can, like, if you put them here, yeah, see, they'll light up. Yeah, okay. Okay, so we would ride our bikes in the woods, right? That was where that was going. Okay, so now if you went, I would say deep enough in the woods, but it really wasn't that far. There was this thing, and we called it First Field. I don't know why. That's what all the kids called it. There was a rumored second field and even a rumored third field. I don't ever know if I've ever seen those, but we had this place called that we referred to as First Field. So it was back in the woods, and you go through the woods, down the trails and stuff, and then you would get to a spot that was basically like a clearing, right? A clearing area. And kids had, I say kids, I don't know who it was. Some people had set up, like basically like an oval racetrack. And I'm pretty sure like it was probably made by kids, teens, whoever, for their dirt bikes, like as in like motorcycle dirt bikes, not like bicycle dirt bikes. So I'll take that in case that's a unique map. Is that something we've been to? No, I think that is a different one. Okay. Anyway, so it was like it was like an oval racetrack back in the woods in a clearing, and a lot of the base of it was well at least on the corners were a lot of sand. Ooh, hey, assured. Right, so you kind of had like the ends of the oval track were basically banks. You know, banks. I guess you're going around with your dirt bike. You kind of go up all along a bank. Oh man, 3 sherds in a row. That's awesome. And wow, these are all sherds. This is great. So those were very sandy. I think the straightaways were probably more dirt than sand. But for whatever reason, those corners were a lot of sand. So one time, me and my brother were, riding our bikes in the woods, just like we normally would, and we were down there. You ride to First Field, you play around on the racetrack for a while, and then you ride back home. Right? That was just a typical thing that we would do. And so we get out there, and we saw a turtle over like on one of the banks, right, and in the sand of the bank. Okay. There were none in the floor. Okay, I assume that this kind of floor would have some too. Okay. Oh, look at all those pottery sherds. That's awesome. So we saw this turtle in the sand, and it was like digging a hole. So me and my brother went over to the turtle, and the turtle just kind of like, it didn't care that we were there. We weren't messing with it. We were close to it, but we weren't messing with it, right? And it was just doing its thing, laying its eggs. So we sat and watched it. We had like a front row seat to it. And we got like, oh, that's cool. I never thought to put them on a magma block before. And we had like a front row seat. Like we were like, oh, you know what? That magma block could help us breathe. Okay, I gotta remember to breathe. Gotta remember to breathe. Okay, and I got a bed to sleep. There we go. So yeah, so this turtle was basically, it was digging its little hole to lay its eggs. So we sat there and watched it, and we were like, you're kids, we're laying on our bellies, in the dirt, inches away from this turtle. I mean, like literally, like all up in this turtle's business. And she sat there and dug out this hole, and we sat there and watched it. I mean, we knew what it was getting ready to do, right? We weren't dumb. We'd never seen it before, but we knew what was happening. And then eventually it started laying its eggs, and we sat there and watched her lay a bunch of eggs. These little white, turtle eggs that were, they're coming out with kind of soft shells on them, and she lays like a whole nest of eggs down in this hole that she just dug out. I'm going to get up here to do some breathing. Here we go. Oh, the bubbles aren't going because we put the things on them. Yeah, I didn't think of that. So putting these things on the on that stop them from making bubbles for us to breathe. Okay. Yeah, and then we sat there and watched it lay all of its eggs. The whole however many it was. I don't know how many it was. I was a little kid. That was a long time ago. We sat there and watched it lay all of its eggs, and then when it was done, it started scooping the sand to bury them. So we're like, hey, that was really cool. That was a lot of fun. It was neat. It was a neat learning experience to see an animal doing something like that you rarely witness something like that firsthand, and that was just really, really cool. It was fun to watch. Anyway, that was the story. So I have actually seen turtles lay eggs. A front row seat, 12 inches from my face. It was cool. It was cool. Very cool. Lure 3. That's a good one to keep. Where was this other one? Mending. Yeah, I should probably be keeping the enchanted ones. Alright. Now. This is lukewarm. Yeah, we should be able to get sniffer eggs here. I think any of the sand-based warm biome ruins could have sniffer eggs in them. It doesn't have to be the full warm. It could be lukewarm. Okay, let's get... Can we go over here to breathe? There we go. There we go. Cool. Okay, so we've gotten pottery shards, and we've gotten some... Okay, get out of swim mode. There we go. Oh, more pottery shards. Cool. I would like some sniffer eggs while I'm here. That would be nice to find. Although I am perfectly happy getting pottery shards. That was not a sniffer egg. That was coal. Oh, that was the one that the stuff was planted on. Before you get in there. Here's one. One. No sniffers. That's looking like coal. Okay, nothing more down there. Okay. Oh, there we go. Now we're drowning. There we go. All right, now I think it's just mainly just the main building left, right? Because we've pretty much torn up the rest of those. Oh, there's one over here we haven't seen yet. Let's go ahead and... There we go. I like the using the sea pickles for this. This is working out really well. Because, like, in the past, I would do something like, you know, I would bring, like, frog lights or something with me. But those pickles work pretty well for this, for lighting up. Oh, there's one! There's a sniffer egg. Nice. Alright, that's some ancient waterlogged wheat. Okay, I'm gonna need to breathe. Here we go. Alright, get out of swim mode. Get out of swim mode. There we go. Okay, it'd be nice if we could find one more sniffer egg. Ooh, what's that? Oh, emerald, okay. Cool. So yeah, you'll have to tell me, have you been lucky enough to witness something like not necessarily a turtle laying eggs, but something like that, where it's a very unique, hard to, you know, see kind of thing that an animal did that most typical people would not have witnessed just in the wild like that. You'll have to tell me if there's something cool like that you've seen an animal do. Because I thought that was a really, really, really cool experience to witness that. That was one of those core memories that got burned into my little brain. Little brain because I was young when it happened, not little brain like I have a little brain. I mean, one could argue how little my brain is. Yeah, you'll have to tell me. You'll have to let me know if you ran into something like that you thought was really cool. So now this building is kind of big, but I don't think it usually has much going on in it. Let's see. We'll see how many blocks we find with suspicious sand. Oh, let me breathe one there. Okay. Let me just throw down some more of these just to get some light over into these corners. Okay, yeah, I do see a couple suspicious sands. Oof, oof. Okay. Alright, that isn't... Where's that? Okay. Okay, that sound was not suspicious sand breaking. That was, I think, a plant. Okay. Alright. Nope. Okay, we're just kind of taking off this layer. Okay. There we go. I'm going to breathe here. There we go. Alright, here's one. Something good? Oh, another pottery shirt. Good. Okay, we got the chest. We got... sure, I'll take the gold for now. Get rid of some of that sand and that right there. Okay. Any more suspicious sands? There's one. Ooh, another pottery shirt. Cool. I like it. Oh, there's one hiding underneath that plant. It's looking like coal. Yep, that's coal. There we go. Now I'm trying to decide, do I go another layer down? Could there... Oh, get out of swim mode, please. Could there be some suspicious sand on the next layer? We're here. We might as well try it. Oh, if I use the right tool. No, looking like there probably won't be any, because it's looking like a lot of stone underneath this layer. Yeah, I'm not seeing any. Okay, I think we are done. I will take these, though. That's something. There we go. Cool. All right, that's an ocean full of debris. Look at this mess. Look at this mess. All right, let's fly over there to some... Okay, maybe I need to get this out of my hand. It's very hard to take off out of the water. I find that very, very difficult. Okay, it is almost dark enough to sleep. We got a few more seconds here. So let's evaluate. We've gotten quite a few things. Let's see if these... Alright, so it looks like we got 3 different types of sherds. Very cool. 1 sniffer egg. Very nice. 2 of these. Oh. Okay, should be time enough to sleep now. There we go. Well, we could head back. We have 1 sniffer that could dig up plants for us, and we could find a second one some other time. Yeah, I'll tell you what. Let's. How do we get back? Oops, there we go. We came from here? Was it over here? Yeah, I think it was over here. I think our portal is over here somewhere. There it is. It's right there. Alright, so what's that? Dead west. Okay, so we'll fly this way and see if we happen to see another one. Oh, hey, there's something. It's not going to have what we're looking for, but it is something. Nothing really. Alright. There we go. I'm not seeing any more ruins. At least not right here. Nope, that's not ruins. Alright, good. Good. We got 1 sniffer egg and we got lots of pottery sherds, so that was very successful. I'm happy with that. And we got 2 fishing rods that are working towards making a super fishing rod, so that's good too. Alright, west to get back home. Oh, that's right. The torch. The torch tells me how to get back home. It's this direction. There's another. Oh, that one. I think that's our XP farm, and that one is. No, that one's our XP farm. That one is the end portal. Yeah. All right, let's now get, let's see, let's first throw some stuff in the dump chest. Oh, shoot, this we didn't, that's okay. We'll save it for later. We'll see if we remember that was over there. Okay, our bundle, here we go. And where's our... Oh, see, here's turtle eggs. We can put some of those in the library. And here's our actual sniffer egg. And this has to go into our building. And the pottery sherds I can do later. Let's see. So that goes in our building. Now, the sniffer eggs hatch quicker on a piece of moss. So I'm going to grab a piece of moss to hatch our sniffer. Let's go ahead and add our oops. Oh, come on, really? Oh. There we go. Okay, I've just picked it up. Good. All right. That looks like a perfect spot for it right there. There we go. Look at that. That's how many of those we've found. Where do we want our sniffer to grow up? Let's have him grow up over here, kind of by these little guys. Boop. I like that they emit sparkles. Let's see. So, and now the turtle eggs have to go somewhere where I'm not going to be jumping around, because if I jump on them, I'm going to squish them. So how about, you know what? They might look nice in front of this little picture of water. Let's see if I can get up there. There we go. Nice. There we go. Perfect. Cool. Yeah, so they're basically there by the ocean, right where the turtle eggs want to be. Boy, you can hear that zombie in there. Is that really like right? Yeah, that's... I'm gonna have to get up under there and just put a few torches just to stop those noises from happening. All right, let's go ahead and put this. We'll just put it in there for now. Cool. Okay, so I've got about a half an hour left. I think I can try to do something a little interesting here for the rast of this episode. That was a combination of last and rest, by the way. Okay, let's see. Okay, I can sort all this stuff out later. You guys don't need to watch me sort everything. Here we go. Shelter, angler, and 5 snorts. What are those? Those are so hard to see. What are these? Oops, what was that? What is this? No. What is this? Friends screen. Get out of there. Okay, because 0 is my throw button. Is that a sniffer? That's a sniffer. That's a sniffer. Cool. All right. So I got 30 minutes. So let's do something else. Let's think about what we need to start prepping this area for. So these guys are not going to be living in these goofy little houses forever. We're going to eventually build them their own houses, but we don't want to start building that right now. But this is feeling kind of... Dude, seriously? I'm literally trying to show them what I'm pointing at, and you're all up in my face. There we go. I kind of feel like that needs to be cut down. What is on the other side of that? You know what? It'd be easier if I just popped into this. Yeah, see, so this stuff could be leveled out to these cavernly bits here. That doesn't need to be this big silly wall thing. Let's try to chop some of that down for a little bit. That'll be a nice little bit of a mindless thing. Maybe I can think of another fun story to tell. And I think I'm going to start cutting some of this down as well because as long as I light up, I really don't need this wall. This thing was very temporary, and eventually it's going to be something more akin to the wall that I'm building in my super ultra hardcore. So, you know, more like a city wall, but it's not going to be here. So let's just get rid of this, and then we'll trim out some of this landscape here. That'll be a nice kind of mindless thing to do for a little bit. Yeah. I should probably check the lighting situations over here. Of course, I'm going to be knocking a lot of this dirt down, so that's going to change. But I'm thinking outside the wall is probably pretty well lit, isn't it? Yeah, for the most part. I mean, some of the stuff over here isn't. We can fix that real quick, though. So once we do level this off, we don't have to worry about just getting swarmed by mobs all of a sudden. And zombies coming to kill our villagers. That's the big thing, though, actually, I got to remember that, is protecting our villagers. Because they're free roaming right now within our city wall. City wall. Ain't much of a city wall. So even if I do have this lit, if a zombie gets in there somehow, they'll track right to those villagers, and then bad times. Okay, now we're like up here. Okay, ooh, look at all that down there. Yeah, we'll light some of this up. Cool. All right, let's. When you're too high, they don't render. Okay. Yeah, we can start leveling some of this off. Yeah. Cool. Retrieve some of our... Oh, I bet that was a horse I was just hearing. I was like, what is that noise? Let me turn the grid off. There we go. We have to name the cats. We have to name the cats. Oh my gosh, I told you guys I was going to name them this episode, and you guys left some cool names. So let's name the cats. There were a couple suggestions. Each cat had more than one suggestion, so we're gonna have to figure out how to choose. I am going to open up a window real quick here. I know that the screen is not moving at the moment, but I gotta find my comments here. I was gonna write this down before I started, and I completely forgot. There's my channel. And view your channel. And there's my long play. There we go. Open that in a new tab. All right, so I'm going to have to write this down. Okay, let's see. Okay, here we go. Oh, that's right. Okay, so LP gave us Garfield for the orange cat, which is awesome. And she liked Shiny's idea, so I'm not going to read that until I get to him. Okay, and Shiny gave us Tiger and Latte, which I thought was pretty awesome. Okay, let's see. No names there or there. Oh, yeah, here we go. Terry gave us Tigger. Sorry, Shiny. That beats Tiger. Like in Winnie the Pooh, and the cream cat would be Brulee. Oh, that's just such a good one, Brulee. I don't know if I'll be able to figure out how to do the accented characters. That would be cool if I could, though. Brulee. Okay. Cream cat, creme brulee. That is just such a good name. Let's see. No names there. No names. Okay, so there we go. Okay. I'm back. So we have 3 for the orange cat and 2 for the cream cat. And we got to figure out how to do it. Okay, so let's do it as fair could possibly be. And we're going to, okay, let's see. I'm going to use, what can I use? I'm going to use, okay, a nugget and a nugget. And a nugget. There we go. Okay, so this dropper is going to be our ultra super randomizer 9000. Or no, we'll get our own dropper for that because he's kind of tucked in the corner. Here we go, dropper. Okay, here's our randomizer. Boom. Okay, and we're gonna get a button. Surely I have a button somewhere. Hey, buddy. You know he's gonna need a name now. You need to stay up on the grass. Don't come down here because you can't dig up flowers down here. All right, he's going to need a name. He or she, it's going to need a name. Okay, so do we have anything where we've already made buttons? You know what? Here's this. This will be a button. Okay, there we go. And we're going to stick that right on his nose. All right, so Garfield Gold, G for gold. Okay. And then Tiger, Iron Tiger, I Tiger. There we go. And then Copper has a double letter, P, and that goes with Tigger, double letters. Okay, so Garfield, Tiger, Tigger. All right. Let's see what the orange cat's going to be called. Tigger. There we go. All right. So we got Tigger. And in fact, I can just use that nugget for the name tag. Look at that, how this works. Boom. So this one is Tigger. I love it. There you go. Here, you can come over here on the wall with Cole and Callie and Sam. There we go, Tigger. Whoop, whoop. There we go. Let me just scoot you closer to the wall. There we go. Okay, now. Don't come down here. You can't dig stuff up down here. He's not really smart. He's not very smart because he's not going to sniff out any plants down here. Oh gosh, I hope he can't get in here, can he? Okay. All right, now we have latte and brulee. Latte and brulee. We'll say gold is latte. Gold is latte because Starbucks is expensive. Okay, so gold is latte. Iron is creme brulee. Or just brulee. All right. All right, let's see. Cream cat is going to be latte. No. Gold was brulee. Brulee. Nice. Now, oh my gosh, am I going to be able to do the special characters? I don't really know how to do special characters on these anvils. Let me see if I can. Can you copy and paste out of? That's a good question. Am I gonna be able to copy and paste out of? Okay, so if I were to say I were to open up a notepad on my, I know you can't see this. I know you can't see the other applications on my computer. So if I say the word test and I copy it. Now if I come in here and I try to go paste, that works. Okay, so now instead I'm going to go find that comment again, which means I have to get all the way. I shouldn't have closed this window the first time. Okay, this was Brulee. And that one was, that was Terry. Terry, there you go. Okay, Brulee. Okay, so I should be able to copy that and then paste. that was unintentionally a Oh, that's great. I love it. Okay, that's gonna work. Boom. There we go. Brulee. Nice. The machine's in my way now. There we go. All right, and that is. Oh, hey, buddy, you came back up. See, you're not. You're smart. There you go. Brulee, with all the correct accents and everything. Very nice. Cool. Oh, there you go. There you go. Join the family against the wall. There we go. I got tired of the villagers like smushing them into corners, so I brought them out here. There we go. That's our lineup so far. Look at that. Now, this little one needs a name. So, guys, come up with something really, really clever for this one, and we'll get him done next episode. Him, her, or her. And let me get this stuff out of my inventory, and then we'll go back over here and start trimming down some landscaping stuff for the next 10 or 15 minutes. Okay, here we go. There's that, and we'll go ahead and throw this back in the birch box. Even though buttons are redstone, they can also just be decorative, so I put them in with the wood. All right. It's like that one guy wasn't going to sleep. Yeah, I will have to be careful about the potential. About things escaping. Yeah, I don't like there not being a wall. Because like things like my horses and my chickens and even like my sniffer could technically get away. Let me sleep real quick here. Oh. I chopped down a lot of oak trees to make this wall. Well, what I can do is if I level some of this out, I can just kind of we could maybe even just put like fence or wall. I don't know. Because I don't like the idea of like all the stuff in here can now get out and go run away. Oh, this is one thing I thought was cool. This goes back to the vintage mixers, although it's no longer complaining about sellers and bad packaging. That fourth one that came, the one that was like the slightly newer model, the one that seemed to be in like the better condition, that one. When that one arrived, see, now these fences were to keep those villagers. If these villagers could technically wander this far out. Anyway, so that mixer came with a what is it sitting right here? It is called Sunbeam Mixmaster Mixer Recipes and Instructions. It is a 47-page booklet that contains, the first parts of it are like how to use the mixer. There's a section there on how to like maintain the mixer, how to like adjust the settings. Like you can adjust how the mixer sits in the bowl so that the beaters, you want the beater to like just touch the bowl and stuff. Oh, am I not getting the effect? No, I am. Oh, I'm not getting the effect from the beacon, but I am insta-mining because it's dirt. Okay. And then it's got and then it's got a whole section on like how to measure ingredients, how to measure flour with like spooning it into the measuring cup and stuff. So even back then they were suggesting that, right? Because if you scoop it, it gets compacted in and you end up with more flour than your recipe might intend. So you're supposed to kind of fluff up the flour and then spoon it into your measuring cup. And this explained all of that. All kinds of stuff. And then like it was telling you like essentially like basic like almost like not basic recipes, but like how they word it? It was like this is great. I should probably like scan this. It's like okay, let's see, how to measure correctly, getting the most from your Sunbeam Mixmaster mixer, care for your mixer. Yeah, so then it it just went right into cakes and stuff. Oh, baking shortcuts. Stuff like sifting dry ingredients together and da-da-da. But then it started with the recipes, like cakes, like Jiffy 1-egg cake, chocolate fudge cake, basic 2-egg yellow cake, basic loaf cake, tube or form cake. And these are recipes, and they do cakes and large birthday cake, pecan cake, jelly rolls, light fruit cake. I mean, then there's busy day baking, and it has all kinds of things like, what can you do with a package of yellow cake mix? What can you do with a package of angel food cake mix? And so like just ideas of what you can do with these cake mix boxes, how to do frosting, all kinds of, I'm not gonna read through all kinds of recipes and stuff. And it's like, this is kind of cool. I kind of like this. This is neat little look into some vintage 70s, This is really cool. I like it because this book is copyright 72. So the booklet is copyright 72. Who knows if that was like, it could have been like they used the same booklet for Mixmasters for a couple of years or something. I don't know if 72 is when this model of Mixmaster was made, but that was the copyright on this book. Anyway, I thought this was super cool. This is a cool, fun little like look into history, and just kind of reading some of the recipes is fun. And yeah, if you guys are interested, I could scan these and put them together in like a zip file full of scanned JPEGs or something, or scanned PNG files, and then like share them out as like a link in like, I don't know, in like my comments or something, if I can do that. Or I can figure that out, as long as YouTube doesn't disallow it. I should do that. I think that'd be cool. If any of you guys are interested in this, I'll do it. I'll scan all of these pages. I mean, you would get 2 pages per image basically, so it would be like 20 some images. Yeah, you let me know if a single one of you wants this. I will go through the trouble. I will scan this thing and share that out with you guys. It's really cool. If you like reading that kind of stuff, if you want to see the recipes, or if you just kind of like that history, just let me know. I'll do it. I want to look through it and see. Everything felt pretty generic. Like, like this is telling you how to make, a yellow cake and a white cake and an angel food cake and a devil's food cake. It's not like a recipe book today where like everyone's trying to be unique and different and like they have to do something that no one else has done. This is like telling you the basics, right? Like, so one thing I did notice is there was no chocolate chip cookies in there. I guess they didn't want to stomp on Nestle's Toll House territory and take any of their glory. Insta mining is so satisfying. I love it. When I get to this stone, I am going to have to move that beacon over because you can see we're not getting the beacon effect. Oh, you know what? Wait a minute. The beacon might not be charged. How much you want to bet I turned it off? Or maybe it got turned off when it like loaded up in a new version or something. Let's go check on that. Yeah, I'm not getting the effect when I'm standing here either. All right, let's yeah, let me go grab a piece of iron or something real quick. We'll get that turned on. Let's see, iron. It's so cheap for us now since we have an iron farm. I wonder why this got turned off. That's weird. Okay, so we want haste and haste. Let's see if while we're over here, if we lose the haste or if we keep it, if we're still close enough. Well, what we do is we just do this and see if it regenerates. 15, 14, 13, 16. Yep. Cool. We get the effect all the way out here. That's good. I might want to see if there's any of these recipes in this book that I want to actually give a try. See, now again, gosh, the bake, like I want to do, I used to enjoy doing this baking stuff a lot, like just playing with different recipes and cookies and cakes. I found an awesome recipe for a rum cake, which is so good, and stuff. But I can't just eat this stuff by myself. It's too much, right? And I've probably complained about this before, so if you guys have heard this, well, you're just going to have to hear it again. I work from home, right? And I have a desk job. You know, when I worked in an office, working in the office is different, right? Because you got, well, just in all kinds of ways, it's different. Like just, the fact that you walk around more and you get more exercise and you stretch your legs more and stuff. But also just like stuff like making these desserts and stuff, like cookies and things. Like I could make it and I could try out a recipe and I could, keep a dozen of them for myself and then take the other 2.5 dozen that the recipe made into the office, right? And you give them to your coworkers and they enjoy them and you don't have to eat 3.5 dozen cookies by yourself, right? Oh boy, all of this over here is, oops. See, the thing is I don't know when I'm going to get to breaking them. I got to make sure they're spawn proofed so we don't get zombies killing our dudes. I wonder if these have to be connected to the ground to work. I don't think the game probably is that smart. Yeah, so obviously, right? So I live alone and I work from home and I have a desk job and I can't just sit here and pound down 3.5 dozen cookies because I can and I will and it won't take long. But I just can't. So I mostly stopped all of that. Like, I don't really do that anymore, like trying out the recipes and stuff, because then I either feel like I either end up eating them all and I shouldn't, and then I pay for it because I don't feel good afterwards, and it's just too many calories. But or and it's always horrible is I end up throwing half of them away. Right? Because I'm also not one of those, like, meet your neighbors kind of people. I don't know any of my neighbors. I don't communicate with them. You know, at most they get a wave and a nod if we happen to both be outside at the same time. So, yeah. Anyway, whole point of that is because of that, I just don't see some of this stuff. I just don't need taking up space in there. There we go. Yes. So I just don't do as much baking and stuff anymore. But looking at these recipes, you know, I would love to try out some of these things. Like, they have one that's called. Okay, so excuse me. Sorry for sniffing in your ears. I've just been having some runny nose problems today. You know, there's, of course, angel food cake, right? And one thing with angel food cake is it uses a lot of egg whites, right? So they got an angel food cake recipe where it's like it uses a dozen egg whites, or it says about a dozen, because you actually make a bunch of egg whites and then you measure them into, like, whatever, how many cups. But then the recipe above it is called an egg yolk sponge cake. And it's, you know, it's regular cake, you know, but it's got lemon extract in it. That's interesting. But in it, it has 10 to 11 egg yolks. And I was like, that'd be interesting, right? So you get a dozen eggs and you separate the... Oh my gosh, I saw that out of my corner of my eye and I thought that was lightning that was coming down to strike our villagers or something. Yeah, and you could, like, separate them and then you could, like, use the yolks to make this egg yolk cake, which I've never even heard of, which sounds interesting. And then use the whites to make an angel food cake, and, like, wouldn't that be a fun little, you know, something to do on a Saturday or something? But then I'm like, oh my god, that's 2 cakes. What what the heck am I gonna do with 2 cakes? I guess I'm just gonna have to start forcing myself to meet my neighbors or something. So part of me wants to you know, to do it, but then yeah, I need to figure out. I need to wait until I'm gonna have a situation where I'm gonna be planning on meeting up with some people or something, and then I can bake 2 cakes and then share them with my friends. Yeah. But yeah, egg yolk cake. I've never heard of that before. I don't know. I'm sure it probably just tastes like any other cake. I mean, you know, the egg yolks, you know, whatever. They're gonna probably just provide some richness. You know, they probably wouldn't not as much water as like a whole egg, right? Because a lot of the water in an egg is in the egg whites. Yeah, I don't know. I have no idea what an egg yolk cake is. But anyway, So yeah, I would love to try out some of the recipes in this thing. But yeah. We'll see. We'll see. All right, what time is it looking at? Oh, we are past time. So let me go ahead and clean these blocks up. Let's go ahead and make sure we are spawn proofed. Okay. And let's make sure that at least nobody can get out. Like, you, get back in there. I don't know why I care about having that chicken in the wall. But he was in the wall, he should stay. Let's go ahead and at least block people from escaping, so we don't get like a villager who's feeling froggy getting out here and making a run for it. We don't need any of that going on here. And we can build a proper wall sometime. Now, some of this extra leveling off, this is something I might do off camera this coming weekend when I'm watching Zinc's stream. See, there you go. So Zinc's stream is so that you can get work done in your worlds. Some of the more mindless work done. All right. That should be good enough for keeping people in, I'm assuming. And as long as things are lit, we'll keep the bad guys out. Let's just do one quick pass. Make sure we don't see anything bad. No bad spots that are too close. But oh, like this right here. See, there's a bad spot. Anything else real close by? No, we're good. We're good. We just fly over this way. All right, that's looking good. Boom, take that off. Dump these blocks, and then we can. Then we could say goodbye. Oh boy, these things are getting full, aren't they? Okay, some of this can come down from here. Oh gosh, I gotta sneeze. Hold on, sorry. Oh boy, hopefully I got it far enough away from the microphone for that. I had a big sneeze there. Okay, that gives us some more. Oh hey, there's some tree trunks we can. And some podzol. There we go. Okay. Let's take some of this over here and get this sorted in, and then we can say goodbye. Now, I put podzol in the chest over here earlier. This one right here. Which means I need to make sure that I don't... Oh, sorry, I'm teasing you with the golden carrot. Okay, let's see. Let's get podzol. Oop, there we go. And let's see. Oak. And spruce. And spruce. And seeds. And granite. And it's raining. Let's see. Oops. There we go. This is this chest here. Oh. Hey, look. It does work. Oh, and they show up down here too, just like the stalagmites. Just like the dripstone. Nice. It is a thing. Cool. So that is something that is farmable. You can farm sulfur blocks that way. I mean, it's slow, but it can be done. That's cool. That's cool. All right. Because it's raining, I can actually sleep at 18 o'clock instead of 18:32. So sleep. There we go. All right, let's hop up here. Can we find our sniffer? Where'd our sniffer go? There he is. I don't know if he sniffed up any seeds. Maybe he can't do that until he's an adult. Okay, so let's say goodbye with our sniffer. Hey, okay, here we go. Hey, thanks for coming by. If you made it all the way to the end, you're a champ. That's awesome. That was over 3 hours worth of Minecraft. So thank you for coming. I really appreciate it. I always appreciate it. I need a name for this little thing. Get out of my legs. Get out. There we go. Okay, I need a name for this guy. So give me some good names, and we'll if I get more than one, we'll kind of do the random thing again. I think that was pretty fair. Yeah, that was fun. The library is coming out really nice, and yeah, next episode we'll probably do a little bit more inside that library, and then we'll do something. I don't know. We got to figure out the layout of this little town, and we got to start making this look really nice, and maybe even do something like the wool farm. Oh, I gotta keep up with this guy. He's really cruising. He's cruising. Anyway, bye guys. I'll see you next time. I can't walk in F5 mode correctly. There we go. Bye. See ya.